Hello, 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 and welcome to our next flight on the trip along the West African coast. We are in Taza, in Morocco, just halfway down to Ouarzazate, I think it is pronounced. And this afternoon, or this evening, this is Monday after work, Monday the 24th of August. And I just finished work, and there's about 2 hours left to sundown in Ouarzazate. My God! And we are going to cross the High Atlas today. Yesterday I was talking bullshit, by the way, or in the last episode when we had our in quotation marks emergency landing. I was talking about the highest mountain being around about 18,000 feet. That was absolute rubbish, because the highest mountain is around about 14,000 feet maximum. So that is fine for us in terms of altitude. We are going to, as usual, get the aircraft up and running. Let's get the right engine started. Doesn't want. My God, hello, what's that? That's the sound I want to hear. Alright, it's working. Fuel pumps off. Generators on. Alright, I think we are ready to go. Oh no, we are not. I will program the autopilot for our departure, and we'll get back to you when we start rolling. Right, the autopilot is set up, and it's now time to announce our rolling. I am announcing to take off in a southern direction.
Golf Mike Foxtrot Zulu traffic Starling 05 taking off runway 8 departure to the south. Golf Mike Foxtrot Zulu traffic Starling 05 is taxiing to runway 8.
I have to say we have to go through him. Sorry, mate. Alright, there we go. We have full tanks. So we are fully laden. I have on board basically 2 people. That's the weight distribution. And we should be fine in terms of fuel. It's about a 2-hour flight. We have a look on the expected flight time in a moment, but the flight planner told me before it's about 2 hours. Now, I don't know why he guides me there. I don't want to take off that way. I want to take off in a southern direction. Which lets me take off here. So, let's see. Let's see if this time I will get it done right. So you see the wind sack there? We have a bit of wind that we have to go against in a minute. It's not that bad, that's alright. Taking off into the wind basically extends the runway for us. Okay, this time I'm going to be slower. And put the brake as well. Almost. Give me a bit of power, come on. It's funny, I have the foot on the brake on the left side. The left side only. Okay, come on. Getting over the roll resistance at first, as always. I need about 80% throttle to achieve that. So she's not extremely powerful, but she's very efficient. Okay, we are ready. Everything is set up. We switched off taxi lights, and now we announce that we are dashing off. We are... well, we say we depart, let's say, west. Come on.
Golf Mike Foxtrot Zulu traffic Starling 05 taking off runway 26 west departure.
Flaps are going. Engine up. Parking brake loose. And off we go to Ouarzazate. Ouarzazate? Ouarzazate, I think. I'm sorry if someone watches this who's coming from Morocco. I'm very sorry. So this is an airport where there is no tower. So no one to tell us off that we didn't go on the other side of the runway. It is a very small airfield, and we basically announce the traffic around us on a preset frequency for this airfield, and we announce our intentions. And there's a wonderful YouTube channel called The Missionary Bush Pilot, and you see this happening there from time to time when he's coordinating with someone else. Okay, we are rolling 85. Rotating, come on, come on, yeah, we are off the ground. Flying straight, gears in. Right. Flaps in. Oh boy, that was very clever. I didn't put the right course indicator in. I don't know how I made that misjudgment, but that's alright. We can go straight to navigation mode. You see on the top there, it says now GPS, so it goes to the navigation here, and vertical speed is set up. So basically what I'm doing, and I can bring the airplane close to the course manually on that track, which is very nice. The evening sun. And you see in the center in the course direction indicator how we are basically getting closer to the course, the intended course. You see when the line is actually centered, then we are there. This there is the intended with the setup 1,000 feet per minute. Basically, I need to, if I do it manually like that, but I'm switching on
autopilot.
The autopilot now, and it's doing it automatically. So it's much calmer than my wobbly hands. You probably see that I'm not a real pilot. All right. Checklist. So the lights are on, everything is okay, generators on, fuel pumps off, engine is running alright, ground speed is 137, which says just under 2 hours, everything is alright. I'm setting up ourselves to go to 8,000 feet first. I should expedite our climb. Going to 1,500 feet. Just want to make sure that I'm over this mountain there, which is quite high already. It's like 4,500 feet. It's a very large hill. And you see now that we are getting onto the slopes, the aircraft is wobbling a bit more. There's, whoa, hello. There's quite a lot of movement of air going on here. Keep our eyes on the speed, 115, that's alright. But you see the aircraft is bobbing around a lot. But that looks just beautiful, I love it, I just love this game. And with my computer, which is not a bad machine, but it's also not the top notch of nowadays. It's 5.5 years old at the time of this recording. Medium level graphics. It's just beautiful. It does it so much justice. I don't know how much I would be in awe if this would be ultra graphics, but look at this. Alright, okay, we are above the mountain. Expert incline. Looking at the crosswind, so we have a wind from the right side, 5 knots, that is okay. So I think we stay at 8,000 feet. From our experience, we were basically in a good airstream. I think 5 knots crosswind is acceptable. Let's see how it is at 8,000 feet. Sorry for moving around my head so much. Oh, and I see. You see, we need to we need to wash the we need to wash the windscreen, and there are a couple of scratches here on the windscreen. Very lovely detail. Yeah, but we are on our way to Ouarzazate. Ouarzazate. Oh my god. By the end of this flight, I will probably be able to pronounce it properly. I will look it up on Google because I have not much to do on the way. But yeah, 8,000 feet should be alright for the moment, and we see a bit more of the landscape because it's a bit hazy. Yeah, see you later. My god, that is bobbing around. It's just a beautiful landscape that I thought I will still show you. It's very interesting. I didn't think that there is so much green undergrowth here in Morocco. I thought it would look more dry and parched in August. But, well, it depends on the simulation, obviously, from when the satellite pictures are. So that is actually a good question. If the satellite images are kind of seasonal. There's definitely a winter-summer change, because if you fly in winter, then it definitely looks not green. It looks, well, this will look different, but in regions where there's snow, we will definitely see it. Look at that, there is a wadi, or is it a road? It looks almost like a wadi, to be honest. Like a dried out river. Because now we lean our ghostly head out of it. That is a river. Is it not? Ah, no, it might be a road actually. Because a river is there. Well, I'll put it back in. It's a bit cold out there. Apropos cold, 31 degrees. Well, not cold at all. I think we need to go up a bit. This is a bit too bumpy for my liking. So, yeah. We will, if I hit the button, get ourselves to 12,000 feet. Bloody hell. Come on. Come on. There we go. By the way, if you noticed, I mean, I'm moving my head around a lot. What I really like is how Microsoft made the head movements quite intuitively. I do have a Track IR 5, and I'm moving seamlessly left and right. But I'm also, when I'm going above, or sometimes there's a function where you can put your head up by pressing the spacebar, and it never fully seems to be out of sync. So I don't have to resync or recenter my position as often as I would imagine I would have, especially with my experience in other flight simulators. I have to recenter a lot, but here there seems to be an AI behind it that really kind of puts you seamlessly back into the right positions and smoothens from that point on. So I think you just saw that I'm going back to central position, and I didn't press any button, so it just does it automatically, even if it's out of position a bit. So Microsoft has done, or Azogo Studios have done a really good job there. I'm very, very much delighted. Alright, I well, leave you to it. I will see you a bit later then. Yeah, sightseeing over mountains in Morocco. You see a riverbed there, some green along the sides, some agricultural structures, so to say, or changes in the ground. It's very interesting. So you see there's farming going on over there as well, to the right. It is very, very interesting to discover the world like that. And you see the rock formations, or the mountain formations, particular here. That is real. That is how it looks, with a few differences. I heard, or I saw on YouTube, people commenting that some harsh or very harsh rock formations are a bit softened, but still you get a very, very accurate picture of how it looks. Look at that. There's a little bridge there over the dry river. Yeah, that's absolutely beautiful. And the cool thing is with this program, I mean, Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 is a platform. It is not anymore a one-off game like it was in 2006 when FSX came out. This is meant to last, and this means that the map data comes from Bing. And if something is updated on Bing, this means it will be updated on here. So if there are new buildings being built, new roads being built, this will eventually find its way into this virtual world that we are exploring now. And this is utterly fascinating, if you ask me. So I can discover everything in the world from my desk in a virtual plane with this stunning graphic. Yeah, I'm delighted. This is basically what I dreamed of when FSX came out. I had dreams of discovering the world from a virtual airplane. Now I can do it, and I'm absolutely happy about this. So let's have a look at these mountain range here. This is quite high. We are at 10,500 feet now. I selected this as a cruising altitude. And yeah, this mountain on the left, it's coming very close actually. It should be somewhere around 1,000 feet. So this is a 3,500 or 3,000 meter, somewhere between 3 and 3,500 meter mountain peak there, or ridge. This is a respectable mountain right there. And you see in the distance, this is the High Atlas there. It is going even higher. It is even going higher. Wonderful, absolutely wonderful. You see the limit where trees are growing. You can see that there's a line, I think. Even though there's more growth up there, higher. I don't know. I have to wildly guess. But yeah, dried out. I think in that valley it looks like a dried out river or so. I'm not sure. Looks very natural. Actually, I'll have a look on the map to know what we are looking at in a moment. Hopefully I can identify it. That's just fantastic. Alright, well, to not make this video too long, I will see you later. Yeah, I looked at the map and unfortunately I wasn't able to identify it, so I think I know where this is. But there is no name on Google Maps for this. But look at this vista. Actually, it makes me want to land on there, but I don't have the right plane for that. It would destroy the plane if I tried to land down there. With a bush plane, I could probably get up there, and we will probably do that in Namibia. There are a couple of plateau mountains and a couple of very interesting formations, and I intend to fly this with a bush plane, with a Cub or an X-Cub, which is a very short takeoff and landing with proper gears for landing in the countryside. So this one is a bit too, let's call it a bit too precious. But yeah, if I am right, where is it? If I'm right, this little village down there, honestly not sure if I'm right, but this little village down there might be Elmers. Might be Elmers, I'm not sure. Oh, actually, no, I think I found it. This might be the... This is Bouleman. Oh, I found it. This is Bouleman. And this there is the... Oh, there we go. It's the Massif de Timbuktu. Massif de Timbuktu. Now I got it. Man. And there we see, yes. Now that I see this flat land there, suddenly the puzzle pieces fell into place. Crazy. Over there's the Sahara. Far in that direction. A couple of hundred nautical miles, and there will be sand. This is exactly what I imagined when I planned my tour to Africa. It's just flying over this and just discovering these mountains and landscapes and see where people live and where people don't live. It's absolutely fascinating. Alright, enough rambled on. I'm not going to bore you further. See you later when something happens. Alright, the mountains over there that we just earlier saw from afar are indeed the first elements, the eastern elements of the High Atlas Mountains. And this over there in the center is Jebel Ayachi, or Ayachi. I don't know how that's pronounced. Jebel Ayachi, I assume. And I will find out how high it is, but it's definitely not one of the smaller ones, clearly. I will get back to you when I'm a bit closer on the left side. What a view. Indeed, the Jebel Ayachi, or Ayachi, is one of the highest mountains in North Africa. 3,757 meters above sea level. Quite a biggie. And yes, it's the first one we will see, because we are going to cross the High Atlas over there. Very imposing or impressive landscape. Down there is a bit of a lake, as you already saw. There's a bit of a graphic artifact. You see these dots there, where the rotor hits the ground. The rotor and the ground merging. Seems to happen sometimes, but not always. But yeah, look at the reflection. Look at the reflection of the far hill, or the far side of the river. The lake. Reflected in the water. That's just makes it so much more real. That's just fantastic. I absolutely love it. The closer you get, the bigger it gets, or the more imposing it gets. You see, this is not a small mountain. Very impressive. Now let me show you quickly. See these rivers or wadis that go into this basin, so to say, between the mountains. It's very interesting geologically structure. Let me show you the map a bit. So we are. This was the little lake I just showed you a couple of minutes ago. This is the other lake over there in that direction. The mountain. I'll put it here. This is the mountain range that we are looking at right now, and this is the High Atlas. So this is we are basically going over it. I think this is quite high here, so we might get a view of very high mountains in a couple of minutes. We are well, at the current speed, we are cruising. We are 60 minutes out of our goal, so this will be relatively quick actually. And yeah, so you can see the structure of the mountains that we are going to pass. So it goes down a bit, and will rise again in this area. We will see. So, the highest mountain of Morocco is the Jebel Toubkal, and we will not see it today. Well, we will see it on our front right when we make our descent into Ouarzazate. But I can show you where it is. The Jebel Toubkal is here. So I think I will make the next leg to the coast, to Agadir, which is situated here. So we go down the coast to Agadir, and then we go down the coast further down. But that way we will, in our next leg, have the highest mountain of Morocco and the High Atlas. So this is probably the closest look that we get at the mountain, because he's just directly on our left. And we will follow down into this mountain range now. Definitely will have to get a bit higher at some point. Let's look at the performance. Fuel looks alright. I can actually give a bit more fuel now. I earlier set it to 5.9 gallons per hour per engine. Wind is alright. We have a bit of wind from the back now, so that helps us. Or side and back, slight component from the back. Oh no, I'm stupid again. No, from the front and side. That way around. The arrow tells us where it's coming from, not where it's going. Yeah, fuel looks good. 52-minute flight time remaining. Quick thing here. You see, there's a little river, I would say. You see that in the middle, and around this there are settlements. And there's farming going on. You see that right here very clearly. And there's some farming there as well. I wonder, this is definitely artificial, this structure. I wonder if that is farming too. Apparently I read on the internet today, the cultivation system that farmers use, or the Berbers use in the High Atlas Mountains, or in the valleys of the High Atlas, is cause for quite some research. They are very effective, very efficient in how they use the little water that they have. And there are predominantly by French researchers a lot of research expeditions and observations of what they do and how they do it, because it must be quite an agricultural marvel, so to say. When we look down there, there's another peak on the far side of the peaks in the front, so it's definitely becoming more mountainy and more rough and rugged now. Really, really nice. Right, a couple of minutes later, 109 miles to go, 38 minutes. Look at this, very interesting. Very rough and rugged. And look at what we are coming up to. Right in front of us. It looks a bit like there's like a steppe, like a plateau here. And we definitely have to soonish go a bit higher, because this peak there is right in our way. So don't want to go around it. Probably want to get as close as possible to it to have a look. It's beautiful. Absolutely cool. This mountain range really shows what Flight Simulator is able to do. The mountains in central Morocco. I'm impressed. See you soon. I have to show you that. Oh my! Look at that. Look at that. They're like steps. I think this is one of those. This should be harsher, but you see this is a photography. So right there below us, it didn't look so bad, but here you see it's basically stretched over it. So yeah, it is after all a computer program. Nonetheless cool, I would say. Well, we are coming quite close to it. Oh, there's another artifact of texture here, unfortunately. Yeah. Going through the mountains there, you see that? Ah well. I'm sure even stuff like that will improve over the next years. And this bad boy there is 12,000 feet high at least. I would say higher than that. 12 and a half. I tried to find it on the map, but it seemed to be impossible to find that mountain peak, which is a bit odd, because it's just a singular peak. So far I wasn't able to find it. Wait a second, there is this lake in front of us, and I recognize that lake because there's not many significant lakes there. So therefore, this is the mountain here. Okay, I found the mountain, but on Google Maps it doesn't have a name. Yeah, it doesn't have a name. Nonetheless, quite impressive. Look at this vista. Whoop, sorry, out of the angle of reception for the sensor. Absolutely cool. Yeah, we are now officially between the peaks. So we should go higher. Well, we have to go higher because in front of us, that mountain ridge over there, that is definitely higher. Clouds are above us, that's good. So we can go higher. The weather radar... Whoop. Oh no. Does it work again? Yes, it works again. Yeah, we see about 25 nautical miles out, and this is this here. There is some weather, very much weather, but we can look at the vertical map. So it is definitely above. I would say it's 2,500 feet above. So we can easily go up. Let's say, let's go up by 2,000 more feet. Vertical speed 500 feet per second, not to go too crazy. And then keep an eye on that, because of course I don't want to go in there for obvious reasons. Temperature is still wonderful. Even up here, 27 degrees centigrade. Can you imagine how hot it is down there? Wow. Alright. See you later over those mountains there. Well, this is very interesting. You see an absolutely artificial border here, and you see a level of quality difference on the right, much more detailed photography, and this is a bit like washed out. So I do not know if this is due to the download, that the server, or that it wasn't able to download the high-res textures. It probably seems so. I think it changes there, because of course the data for all of it is streamed from the internet, because I didn't preload it. This looks much better now. Look at this little river down there, very nice. This looks cool over there. It's a bit worn out. Yeah, it might be the download, might be the available satellite data. Probably easy to check on Bing. How close you can get and how much detail you get. But yeah, I think this will be the highest crossing for today. And over there it's going even higher. So yes, this is the highest crossing. If you look at the map, we are soon there. This is this ridge here. and afterwards it's going down, so we can actually start planning our descent after this. And I will do so, because I don't want to go down too crazy fast. Alright. In front of us in the dusk there is Ouarzazate. And with that, having passed that highest peak for us and our journey today, and yeah, there's a lot of moving air here. I think we officially crossed the High Atlas. This little one there, which is still quite a respectable mountain, is just in front of us, and then afterwards there is the flatlands where Ouarzazate lives, is situated, you see the lake over there in the far coming closer. This is Ouarzazate is on this side, well, ahead of us. And I just read you what the internet says. Ouarzazate, my God, Ouarzazate is a city south of Morocco's High Atlas Mountains, known as a gateway to the Sahara Desert. Its huge Taourit Kasbah, home to a 19th century palace, has views over the rugged local landscape, which features in several movies. Northwest is the fortified Red Earth city of Ait Ben Hadou. Northeast is the rocky Togra Gorge. A road winds southeast through the Dra Valley's lush palm groves to the desert. Well, let's see if you see the valley, and the gorge must be somewhere where we come from. Maybe there on the side? We will see, but it's definitely getting interesting now. Look at this though. So I guess this is the beginning of the desert there, which is obviously a huge area in northern Africa. Here we go. Every minute brings us closer. Jesus Christ. It's getting really bouncy. Sun is slowly setting. You see the Todra Gorge. That is, I think that is somewhere where we are coming in from. In the southeast, the lush valley, Dra Valley. Not sure if you can see that there. Definitely there's a valley down here that is a bit more lushy. Well, it's not much of a valley. There's some vegetation there on a river or dried out river. Oh well. We will see. I will now start the full descent and get us down to 5,000 feet for us to approach the city of, one more time, Ouarzazate. 2 Zs, city goes, 2 Zs, Ouarzazate. I promise you, until we are there, I will get it. See you later. We are now descending rapidly, 2,000 feet per minute, down to 5,000 feet.
Contact Ouarzazate approach on 119er decimal tree.
I will do that.
119er decimal tree for Starling 05.
Okay, I will finish my sentence before I do that. 7 minutes 30 to go, so we are basically landing imminently. I think in 10 minutes we are on the ground, in 15 minutes we are in the parking position, and then we go out and decide what we do. Should I take off, go to the sea? I think it's a bit too late. Even though it is tempting, the sun is still high enough. Well, no. I will land as planned. No shenanigans this time. See you in the final approach. We just got our landing instructions, and we are now at 5,000 feet, and you see how high this mountain, this plateau is. Because 5,000 feet is, well, very low, as you see. So I probably need to go up again. a bit because it is a bit too close for comfort. Going to do that. Alright, see you later. I just turned south away from the direct navigation. It's like an artificial water, I think reservoir or so. And you see wonderful visual effect how the propeller is against the steep angle of the sun. How it reflects. It's very nice. Looking at the VFR map, we got clearance to come over this lake in front of us, runway 300. So we'll make a turn over the lake and then go into Ouarzazate. Ouarzazate, my god. Two Z's. Ouarzazate. Interesting terrain. See you in a minute. Alright, final approach. Just got our landing clearance. I'm switching off the autopilot in a minute. I can't see it because we are landing straight into the sun.
Please acknowledge.
Yes, I'm acknowledging, sorry.
Cleared to land runway 30 Starling 05.
Oops. No. Okay, autopilot off. Ah, there it is. Yeah, so there's this river and there's this artificial water basins or reservoirs, and you see right next to it on the left you see the runway. Thankfully we are not going directly into the sun. Okay. Flaps out. Height warning or altitude warning. Okay. Keeping speed at 100. I have to go a bit to the left and to the right. What does the wind say? Ah, we have a bit of wind from the front. Very, very small wind. Going down a bit too steep. Gear coming out. Landing gear screen. Committed to land now. A bit more speed, a bit more energy. Power, sorry. Okay, 85. Coming in relatively slow, but in a nice glide path. Getting too slow. Come on. Okay, that was a bit bumpy.
Starling 05, turn next taxiway.
Oh, will do. Do I have to cancel landing intentions? Well, it's a bit too late for that now, right? Come on. All right. that is us with an interesting view. And once more I forgot to put in the right lights. But it is time to switch off the engines. Right engine, whoop. This time switching off by fuel starvation. And... nah, come on. Yes, E-system. That is a bit like whack-a-mole. There we go. Thank you very much. The parking brake is on. All the systems can go off. And that's it. Okay, Flight Simulator doesn't realize that we are done. But we can switch everything off. And I will cut in a second. Master switch off. A view from the outside, as a farewell, so to say, and you will hear the engines cooling down, which is really cool. Thank you very much for watching. It was a joy to have you on board, and I'll see you in the next episode when we are going to the sea. Bye bye.